Alright, so welcome back everyone to today's section. Alright, so we're going to be continuing from where we stopped. This is the part 2 of the ethanol production. Alright, so just a little recap from the previous video. We were trying to produce ethanol and then we are trying to make it with a fermenter. Remember we had our feed, which was glucose and a little bit of water, and then we also had water being added to simulate that's to the fermenter to control the concentration. All right, and then from there we had to degas it to remove CO2, and then the remaining liquid we sent it to a pump, and from the pump it's supposed to go to the heat exchanger. All right, we are able to set this up in Aspen Plus. All right, so we are going to continue from this point. All right, um we already have our parameters. Okay, so this was how we stopped. We stopped at the pump. Now we increase the pressure to 100 psi. All right, so now we need to add the preheat heat exchanger. This is your heat exchanger. We're about to add heat exchanger to it, and then from there we send it to the degas. That's another flash, pre-flash. So that's another flash again. A two-phase separator, and then we have the distillation cooler. All right, so let's head into the simulation. Let's continue. All right, so at this point now, okay. All right, so we need to add the heat exchanger. All right, so let's get the heat exchanger. This is it here. According to what we have in the diagram, it was something like this that was being used. So let's make use of this. All right. Um, Let me quickly make necessary connections. Turn this, rotate it. Okay. All right. So this is the cold side. Okay. And then the cold outlets. This is it. We flip this. All right. So we have the hot coming out, and then the hot inlets from here. Okay. All right. Then let's see what the question saying. All right. Let's come back here. Let's name our. So we have full BOT, and then we have two diggers, and then we have C1 BOT. All right. So let's do that. That's full bottom. Let's see. We have two diggers, and then we have C1 BOT. All right, so going forward, align this. Okay, so let's give the specification for this. All right, so for our preheats, that's our heat exchanger. We are going to model it as the shortcut, and then our hot outlet cold inlet delta T, which is in Fahrenheit, is the temperature of 10. So it's already on shortcut. So we come here, we look for hot outlet, cold inlet temperature difference. Remember your delta T is usually for temperature difference. Select this. Let's confirm. Hot outlet, cold inlet delta T. Alright, and then we put 10, which is in Fahrenheit, and then Okay. Not doing this. Sorry. All right, let's click on next. I think there's something we've not added yet. Okay, this is supposed to be going in. All right, this is now going to be like a recycle stream because this is coming out from C1 BOT. So this is going to be in form of a recycle stream. All right, so let's keep moving. All right, let's keep moving. So we need our two-phase separator. Add it here. Connect this top, bottom. All right, so we add the rat frac. All right, that's your distillation column. So let me move this. Okay. And add this. All right, so let's confirm. So we're having this, we're not having the vapor, so we're having the distillate and not the overhead vapor. And then we just have our bottom coming out. So coming back here, just this for the distillate, and then connect this one to the bottom. All right, so let's quickly name everything. So we have more CO2, C1 dist, O1 feed, and the gas 2. More CO2, O1 feed, C1 dist. This is your gas 2. All this O1. This is your preheats. All right. So I think we're good to go. So now let's quickly specify our pre-flash. Sorry, the gas 2. Okay, so we have pressure drop of 0, duty of 0. So let's quickly handle this. Pressure is 0. Change this to duty 0. All right, and then our distillation column now. We have number of stages 40, including condenser and reboiler. Condenser type is total. We have the reboiler type as kettle. Okay, let's quickly specify this. Number of stages we say is 40. Condenser is total. Boiler kettle. Okay. Convergence method is okay, convergence method is strongly non-ideal liquid. All right, strongly non-ideal liquid. Okay. Then we have the molar reflux ratio specification is 30. Distillate to feed ratio is 0.034. All right. So we have reflux ratio, right? Molar reflux ratio is 30. Distillate to feed ratio molar reflux ratio is 30. Okay, distillate to feed ratio 0.0034, 0.034 molar. Okay, so let's go to the streams. So we have the cold feed, the column feed stage is actually 30 above, and then the total pressure, that the substate pressure, is 50 psig. So I come to streams. Cold feed is minus 30 above, and then 50. So put 30 above stage, and then the top stage pressure, this is it, is 50 psig. All right, so with this, my simulation is ready to run. All right, so I click on run. Remember, we said that this was supposed to be a recycle stream. That's why the specification was not required of us to add to it anymore. All right, so before we added this, this was required of us to add, but after putting this and then in form of a recycle stream, so let's see. All right, so our results are available. Let's see what our distillation column has done. All right, check the mole flow. Still on this, you can see we have lots of our ethanol coming out from there. It's a percentage of water, and at the bottom we have more water coming out from the bottom. Okay, so let's see our the gas. Let's see our CO2. Let's check on that mole flow. Mole flow must be only one. Mole flow. Okay, so we have more of the CO2 coming out from this point. Yes, we still have a little bit of water, but it's less compared to what we have going from the liquid part of the separator. And then still have a little bit of ethanol too, but we have more coming out from the bottom. All right, so we've been able to successfully separate our water and CO2. All right, but there's still lots to discuss concerning this particular simulation. So see you all in class. So when we see in class, we'll discuss more about this, and I'll be teaching you some other things, all right, in this particular simulation. All right, so see you later.